welcome.
Thanks for having me.
This is the first podcast for the channel, guys, so bear with us as we talk about Pokemon vintage stuff. And Pet's brought along some really cool stuff from his house that he's kept all these years.
That's it.
A bit of dust on him.
Oh, there sure is after what? 25 years now, I think?
Yeah. I can't wait. He's just given me a quick look at what some of the stuff is, guys. But he'll go through it in a little while and go through it in more detail and talk about it. But it's really cool. We've got like posters, we've got Gameboy,
games, other accessories, toys and stuff. So
there's a little pack of Chinese cards as well.
Yeah,
like
playing cards.
cards.
Yeah, playing cards. I'm not sure what they're about, but have a look and see what they actually are.
I'm excited. This pretty much started because he sent me a picture of a fossil pack the other night, and I was like, oh, is it sealed? And he's like, nah, must have opened it, but it still had the receipt on there, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was like I was saying to you the other day as well. I thought like when I first was rummaging through all the old stuff, I saw the pack. Oh, if this is unsealed,
imagine.
I thought, as a kid, you get your toy, your pack, your present. You're not gonna just leave it. Not usually as a young kid you're gonna have like a collector's. But when I saw it,
we just would have ripped everything open.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I thought. Then I saw the receipt next to it. I thought, like, oh, a little memory of. Received that on the receipt anyway.
Yeah.
Like, 2000 or something.
2000, yeah. It was like January or something, 2000.
I've got it here somewhere, so we'll see what date it was. But
Marion Shopping Centre.
Was it EV Games?
The place to go for all your Pokemon products, Marion Shopping Centre. Or in the city.
Depends where you live,
yeah. I just couldn't believe the receipt was still in there. And you know how most receipts will fade?
Well, yeah, and
I'm like, this is so crisp, everything's on there.
I mean, it does help toys, sat in the dark for like 20 years as well. But yeah, like I said, it was clear, wasn't fading on your feet, and the pack didn't disintegrate or start to fall apart. It just looked like I'd opened it the other week or something. So.
Yeah. You know what else is funny? The price on it was like, was it $5.95?
Yeah, it was like $6 at that point.
And like, if you look at today's price for like, if I go and buy this pack here, like Fusion Strike, it's like $7.
Yeah.
Or $6.50 or $6. So the price really hasn't changed.
Changed for what it's worth at that current time of era of cards. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. You look at those cards maybe in 20, 25 years, and
I know, right?
Wow, I used to pay $7 for these things.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this. Yeah, so guys, we're going to start with the posters. Yeah. And then we'll get into it. All right. So we've got 2 posters. So where were these from? EB?
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if they were. Open it. I'll have a look anyway. But I don't know if they were promotional stuff or they came with some of the Pokemon pack things or.
So this must be it's like an original.
Yeah.
Like the original 151.
Yeah, most or if not all the Pokemon stuff I've got is the first 151 basically. So
yeah.
I've got to be into the Gen 2 stuff. Might have a little bit of that, but unfortunately I think I sort of faded away after sort of Gen 2.
Yeah.
But Gen 1, the originals were, everything to me, just like every other kid, probably in the late 90s, mid to late 90s. So
that's very cool. Love that.
I'm not sure.
This would have been hanging up in your wall somewhere.
Oh, definitely, especially this one too. And the fact that they look like they're still in decent condition, and I didn't rip them up, rip them up as a kid or trash them as a kid. I'm glad that I like to take care of things as a child or relatively take care.
For their age, great condition. I mean, like obviously
the colour hasn't faded.
Yeah. There's no rips. There's like obviously a bit of edge wear, but that's normal with a poster or any card of.
Oh, especially with a kid, just opening up, putting it on. Like you'll see there might be like a bit of blue tack marks on the corners and stuff. So obviously I hung them up, but it was never about prestige or lamination and perfection OCD as a kid. It's just cool, cool to have.
So this is another 150.
This is a bigger one.
We'll show you on the big camera, guys, because it's pretty big.
That's gonna hold up. Good to see some of the original blue tack is still there. But don't think it's gonna stick, but yeah.
Nah, that's awesome. So yeah, the original 150 guys. There's Mew wasn't on the other one either.
There you go, Scorpio posters. I don't know what
Scorpio posters, Brooklyn, New York.
Haven't been there, haven't ordered anything there, so that's probably where it was made. But I don't know. Like I said, I can't remember if it was from promotional material or some of those Pokemon events they used to hold in the city or Toys R Us and stuff like that, or like a stray bag thing, or if you bought this pack of Pokemon stuff, you get.
They always had
the magazines. I think maybe this one might have come from a magazine or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say Toys R Us used to always hold stuff.
Yeah, so I can't tell you exactly. Maybe other people might know, but
well, let us know in the comments, guys. Have you got any posters similar to this? Have you got this one? This is really cool. Amazing.
So
posters done. He's got a shoebox with some really good stuff in it, guys, and then he's got the Holy Grail. He's got a suitcase packed. Nintendo products, Game Boy. We've got everything.
So this is some of the original bits that I've heard. Now, some of the cards I reckon I've shown you from before, but I can go through them again. So the original Nintendo Game Boy hat.
I remember these.
Again, I can't remember where it came from, where I got it from.
Do you know what? I reckon they handed some of those out at the Game Boy tournaments as well, because they had little link-up tournaments at Toys R Us in the arcade.
I remember doing something like that, but
very cool.
Can't remember if I actually did it or not.
Original Game Boy Nintendo hat. Have you got one at home? Let us know. That's awesome. I'm gonna leave that there. Oh, what else you got in here?
So other bits. Alright, so this I guess is a puzzle set.
Oh yeah.
Of Mewtwo. Now I reckon I've had a couple more, but there's pieces
Mewtwo
in there.
Puzzle set.
Have a look at that in the puzzle. I don't know how many pieces. I'm assuming all the pieces are in there, but should still be
the actual
Yeah, so just the jigs. Again, I can't remember where they came from.
Actual jigsaw pieces. That's really cool. Man, these would have been so popular back in the day.
Anything Pokemon as a kid you would just would absolutely love.
Mewtwo puzzle piece. Very cool.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where half this stuff came from, because I can't remember for the life of me. I know I've probably got some more lying around home that I have to scavenge for, but what else? I mean,
not so much Pokemon,
but
the original.
I reckon it's still got the cable in here. Pouch.
Oh yeah.
The trader's cable or the multiplayer between Game Boys. I can't remember if the Game Boys that use that cable for anything else but Pokemon.
Yeah,
there must have been something, but
I reckon it was just.
That was the main use what I used that cable for, was just trading
battling
Pokemon.
and trading. Yeah.
What else we got in here?
Game Boy pouch. How cool.
So I was saying before, that one's a bit dodgy there, but the rest of these, some of the old school Tazos.
Interesting fact about Tazos in Australia, they stopped making them in 2008.
I just noticed that half of these are from Greece when I went to Greece as a child. You can tell that because it's got Greek writing on the if you can read it,
Where? Oh yeah, it does too. Mewtwo in Greek.
I think, is that...
sorry.
Yeah, it's like Greek, and I reckon, is that Spanish around it too? Like this one here, like NT, is like tipo fuego or fogo, and then in Greek it says tipos fotia, which is like type fire, literally type fire in Greek. So,
that's so cool. So these would just be in chip packets, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So what was it? The Smiths or?
Yeah, Smiths and Lays had Tazos.
So I don't. Yeah. So I guess whenever I visited as a kid, and probably that was again probably 20 years ago when I had chip packets there. I must have just collected them there too. So
yeah, that's awesome.
These,
really?
I just didn't realize these were actually like a Greek.
I reckon I had some Pokemon Tazos, but I couldn't find them. You've all seen my collection of the other Tazos, Space Jam and that, but not Pokemon. So these are awesome. Some of these are holographic too. Yeah,
it's definitely Greek when it says Kadvizi at the back, which means wind type, basically. Didn't realise I had so many chips in Greece, mate. But...
Oh, mate, you would have been snacking away.
Now, I'm very sure that was that movie promotion, so I'm sure a bunch of people have that.
Yeah.
But I remember going to see the first Pokemon movie in the cinemas, and they gave you, I think, one... Well, it was just for the kids. One child got one card as
There was a second one that they made that was a lot rarer. I can't remember the details on it though. My man Moto Mon, he'll be able to tell me, but I can't remember.
All right.
So Ancient Muse.
Yeah, so I'm assuming those are the from the movie promo. I think does it say at the bottom? You can have a look at one while we look at the other.
Yeah.
Normal. What is it? You got the normal. Oh no, it's got the colouring on the back as well.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure these are just the stock standard ones that most people got. But there was a way of telling of the rarer version.
Yeah, I don't.
So does yours down the bottom say 95, 96, 98, 99?
Yes, yeah.
And then it's got Game Freak, and then it's got 99 to 2000 Wizards.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think there's another version that has something a little slightly different down the bottom to tell them apart.
Yeah, these would have been standard. I don't think they were the rare ties. I mean, I can't really tell, but they would have just been the standard movie promo stuff. So
they don't do them like this anymore, do they?
Nah.
For the kids, we were spoiled.
Imagine getting that at the cinemas now, or or even just the Pokemon stuff you get now. You've got other Planet of Wonderful stuff too, and all the other special holographic stuff that we never got as kids. But what we got back then, and what we had, technology available and stuff, like was pretty cool. So
yeah, we were lucky. So
now for the cards,
you got your base set there. Ooh.
Yes, these are all. I mean, these are all your commons, uncommons. So nothing too exciting, whatever. But literally everything in here is base set. These are your. I guess your rares that are not holographic, non-holos, or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Got regular rares, yeah. So you got some fossil there, you got base set, jungle.
So this one looks like it's a shadowless. From memory, I remember seeing that, but the condition is not fantastic.
Yeah, it does look like it.
Just judging by the border, it looks like it's shadowless, but
yeah,
the rest are just.
I'll see if I can find my Dragonair and compare it, because I don't think mine's shadow. So Dragonair, yeah, that is shadowless. Yeah. So mine's got the dark shadow around.
Yours is in a better condition though, but yeah. I don't know how I came across that, but
yeah, nice. Shadowless Dragonair, that's cool.
As a kid,
we had no idea.
No idea.
No, that's like my mate Peter bought packs similar time to when I did, and most of his base set packs were shadowless. So his Charizard is a shadowless Charizard. And when I started the channel, we got him on and we had a look at it, and I was just like, hang on a second, that's a shadowless Zard you've got. Like, do you know what that is? He's like, nah.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, even the first edition, like everyone had the first edition Machamp,
Yeah.
But I never knew what that really meant. Just just the first cards that came out, but I didn't know the rarity of it. And
no, we had
I don't think we were privileged for first edition cards here in Australia, from memory.
Not
like we weren't as privy as Americans.
No, they got majority of it.
So that's why I just thought these cards were just these cards and whatever. But anyway, so the favorite, obviously, Charizard.
Yep.
Decent condition.
Very
glad
nice.
I've kept these, relatively well, even as a kid.
Beautiful, mate.
I'll put this to the side just since
his original Zard.
Those are the boring cards. So then we got, what is it? The Rocket Dark Charmeleon.
Yeah. Very cool.
Promo Arcanine. A few different Pikachus.
Yeah. Is that a promo one? Oh no,
that one isn't. This one is. This is a promo one.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh, the movie one as well.
Movie one as well.
Yeah.
And even the one that says the Poketour 1999.
Oh, you got the Poketour.
Gold one, yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Again, I'm not really sure what some of them mean or.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What sort of do now with all the hype and all the.
Poketour 99.
Information that's out there, but.
That's brilliant. You should get that graded.
I'll have this sometime for sure. Another promo one, the Meowth.
Oh yeah,
that was from I think that was from the trading card game in Gameboy. Yeah. I mean, they bought. I think, which might be next is. I think I've got it. I've got in the Holy Grail things. I reckon they gave out one of these. Was one of
with
these
the game?
With the game, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was. I think it was sleeved in the little Game Boy box that you got.
Yeah.
And you just got it with the... And that, so I was like, I thought that was pretty good to get, like...
They're pretty expensive now as well, those holos.
The Dragon Knight, that's promo as well, and it's got that...
Yep, that came out.
Gold watermark in the corner as well.
Yep.
Dark Dragonite.
Very nice. I think it was the Dragonite. There's a Dragonite error with the number down the bottom. If you get it with the other number, it's extremely rare. So that's cool.
And I think these are just your...
Yeah. Man, these have had some playing, some wear and tear.
For sure. You can tell a bit of the bends, and some of them, if you look closely, they'll be... But considering how... I wouldn't say rough that I play with them, but, you know, as a kid, how much you play with them, and you just chuck it together, rubber band them, you know, keep them in pockets or bags and stuff.
Mate, let's leave these up while we're here, man. Well, thanks for showing us this. This is wicked. Give the video a like, guys, if you're sussing out his cards here. So his original cards, very, very nice. Just sleeved a few of them up, so a bit more added protection.
Yeah, I'm assuming you got all these as well, so... is there any of them you don't have?
I didn't have one of the promos, but I bought it on eBay. No, I don't have that one. I don't have the Poker Tour 99. I did have it at some point and then gone. But recently I purchased... Oh, the Meowth.
The Meowth one.
Yeah, I bought that on eBay as a promo. I didn't have that one, so... Yeah.
Promo from the supermarkets and stuff, and like, buy this.
Well, they just used to put it everywhere, didn't they?
Yeah.
Nutrigrain, like cereal.
Cereal,
cheese,
foods,
chips,
movies.
Like, they just don't do it anymore. Or if they do, the quality's just not there.
You know, it's not the same when it's not the original, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know it's this day and age is, whether it's Pokemon or anything else, but back then to have the original stuff. Alright, so should we move on to the...
The Holy Grail.
I think, do we need to make room for this?
Yeah.
I'll put this back in the box.
Let's shuffle this. Did you watch the video on Logan Paul's box, the fake opening?
I think I saw a snippet of that, but I didn't quite fully read it, like watch the whole thing or whatever. I've read a bit about it, and I just...
Man.
Wow, that's...
I've been...
Regardless of what your opinion is of the guy or how you follow, I just... That would be devastating.
Feel bad for him.
Yeah, you just...
I feel bad for him.
Just on that... you feel terrible for anyone that... regardless of how much money they have too, like...
Yeah.
Right, maybe at that scale you go... Well, I don't know. For people like me and you, we wouldn't save that much money for a Pokemon box, right?
No.
You know, you wouldn't...
No.
We wouldn't put a savings aside like one day I will buy this. Yeah. I mean, you can if you want, but I just think like I wouldn't do it.
No.
If I had bucket loads of money and the millions and hundreds of millions, and I go, oh, what can I throw 3.5 mil at?
Bang.
Maybe. Yeah. Just to say like I've got this, but
yeah.
I can't imagine anyone, the average person would.
It's unbelievable, hey. I was following the whole thing. I followed it on Rattle Pokemon, so he did a big breakdown of the whole saga.
Oh yeah. And what was it like in the end? At least the guy that sold it to him refunded or something, or
Logan's been refunded by Shine, who was the recent purchaser before Logan.
Yeah.
So he's paid Logan back the $3.5 million.
That's good. Good faith of that.
Yeah, awesome to do that. But now he's obviously out of pocket. Maybe after this we'll talk about it because I followed the whole thing.
I'll be interested. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. All right, what do you want to start with here? Look at this, like.
Now this, I didn't find it like this, obviously. Well, I could have, but I've just packed it for this occasion, just thinking, what's the easiest way to transport the stuff here? I was thinking, do I bring, like I said, I was talking to you the other day when I found, now the reason I came across this, obviously, is because I was doing the whole, speaking to you about doing the nostalgia sort of stuff, doing some game stream stuff of, you know, all the old games and stuff.
Yeah.
Pokemon's probably one of the big ones, and, you know, found my NES, my SNES, my Master System, the works, right? All those consoles, you know, from 64 PlayStation days, going back sort of thing.
Yeah.
Probably missing one or two consoles and some of the other popular games and stuff, but the majority of, you know,
still there.
Is all still there, and all the bits are pretty much still there. Or if I haven't found them yet, it's because they're still another bag, another box, or...
Yeah. Every couple of years,
somewhere.
I get out the 64 and the GameCube, and I set it up, and me and Diana, we have a few games. Then it goes back in the cupboard for a bit.
That's great that it still works after what, 20?
Yeah,
25 years now, 26 years.
So GameCube, 2002.
Yeah. So okay, 20 years for that. 64 was 90. I want to say like 97, 98.
Yeah, somewhere around then.
I remember it was like late 90s that. And then
she prefers the 64 games.
They're always good fun, family fun. Or that entertainment value was always a different kind of fun back then compared to your PlayStations and Xboxes and stuff now. But that's what Nintendo, I feel like, that's why Nintendo does well and what it does, because it's just
they've always been kind of group orientated or family games focused on that.
Nice, fun, easy games that just like
that's true.
From history sakes, from your Donkey Kongs, your Marios, your even your Pokemons and stuff like that, your Zeldas, and loved all of that stuff. Still do, but 20, 25 years later. But
I love it, absolutely love it. All right, what do we got here? What do we start with?
I don't know.
I'll leave it to you.
You take the pick. I've already had my feel of discovering this, going down memory lane. So,
all right,
what do you want to look at?
Since we've been talking about 64.
All right.
Let's start with this bad boy.
Take it out.
You guys remember this game? Pokemon Stadium?
Oh, yeah. I was saying, the fact that I've still got the packaging and it's relatively decent. I'll move this to the side of it.
This is the Rumble Pack. I can't believe you've still got the Rumble Pack.
Still in decent quality packaging. There you go, Harris Scarfs. $100 apparently.
$100 at Harris Scarfs, there you go. Receipt. Vintage receipt.
Oh, that's going to show the camera. It's probably too bright lighting, but it's okay.
That's all right. You had to put it in for some games?
No, I think the Rumble Packs were just for the feedback, where you had I think there was a Rumble Pack and there was like a memory extension. I think I've got that somewhere. Yeah, so when you used to play certain games on the 64 where, like on your PlayStation controllers now and Wii remotes and Xbox control, whatever, like you get that haptic feedback. So, when you crash into a wall or you get shot or whatever happens in the game, you get that rumble depending. Obviously, the technology is far better now than what it was back then. Like back then, it was more, you get hit, it rumbles. Or if you get hit hard, it rumbles harder. That was pretty much all it really did.
See how it feels to see what you see. Now all the bumps and blasts during gameplay can be instantly transmitted. Okay.
So depending what game you played, your controller was just like continuous, vibration or rumbling basically. Where I think now the controllers are far better inbuilt, and the fact that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I reckon they even have sort of levels of haptic feedback. So like if you get shot from the left or hit from the left, you get more of a vibration on the left side of the controller. You actually get a feel of where it's coming from. Where this was just
the whole thing.
The simple technology of like you get hit, it rumbles, you get hit hard, it rumbles harder. I think that's how it worked anyway. Could be wrong, but that's how I remember. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's the Rumble Pack for that. So that was always good fun with the Pokemon Stadium too. So every time, a super move or a big special move on your Pokemon, like you just the controller would shake. So
I remember playing that at Osh a fair bit actually, and at home. But
no, I don't think there was ever a day I didn't play this when I first got this.
Is the game in there?
Of course. Wouldn't just bring a box.
I had to ask, man.
No, that's fair enough.
There it is on top.
Pokemon Stadium. Still in.
That is cool. Good condition.
96? Is it really 96, 97? Or is that just the Nintendo got? Yeah, so...
Well, it would have came out pretty quick, like, after the 64 was released, I'd say.
Yeah.
Can't remember the exact date, though.
I felt like probably got that game later than when it first came out, but...
Of course, they got Charizard and Blastoise in the front as well. You got him.
What else would you have? I mean, you could probably throw a Pikachu out there, but... So the rest of it is, so there's instruction booklet or the game guide or whatever it was, the instruction booklet.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit worse for wear, but the fact that I still have this. Oh, look at the graphics.
Is that Grima?
Yeah, that was Grima. Yeah, look at these graphics. But this was the best back then.
What, and is this another Rumble Pack?
No, so that is not the memory one, but that is what they call the transfer pack. Now it says on here as well what it is.
Transfer pack. So what was that used for?
When you used to play And it'll be cool if we can actually set this up afterwards and see if it works.
We're gonna have a sus.
I'll be really like fascinated if it actually still keeps memory, you know, of your game saves and stuff from 20. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. But this, so what you used to do is, so basically, might as well.
Get it out.
So,
Oh, it links with the Game Boy game.
Yeah. So what you would do is, like, any Pokemon game you used to play. So obviously in Pokemon Stadium, you would pick. You'd have your roster of Pokemon anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you wanted to pick your Pikachus or your Charizards or your Gengars or whatever, right? Like, you would have your stock standard Pokemon in there in game. So, you know, pick your 6 and play against a mate or friend and play with their stats and Pokemon Go. With this thing, you would plug into the 64 controller, right? Now I can actually demonstrate this properly. So you actually slot this in, and there's like an actual mode on Pokemon Stadium where you can load your Pokemon from the game.
From your game into your roster.
Pokemon Stadium, yeah.
No way.
So it depends how, you know,
I can't remember this.
So if you used to give, like, if you used to train the Pokemon, I remember if you used to train your Pokemon versus rare candy Pokemon, the stats would be like skewed, or, you know, it depends which ones you caught, would have different sort of stats. So if you really wanted like to pick the best,
so if you wanted your level 100 roster from in-game,
this is,
you could transfer it.
Yep, you could play the Pokemon. Yep, it would pick up the Pokemon in here.
No way.
And it would play on the 64 Pokemon Stadium.
That's cool. That's cool.
It'd be interesting to see if it. I can't remember.
Oh, we are gonna suss this out, guys. Once this podcast is done, guys, and we've shown you everything, we're gonna have a little battle. Test it out.
Okay, that'll be something to check. I can't remember if you could trade them, but I know you definitely could use it to play. So if you wanted your, like you said, specific level 100 roster,
that
rubber pack was this, or rubber pack. That transfer pack is
transfer pack.
It'll be interesting if it still works.
Unbelievable.
I haven't tested any of this
We'll leave that.
Last time I played it.
Let's leave that over here or behind you, because then we can
make more spaces like
Yeah, we can play with that after. Have a little suss. That's gonna be cool. Let's pop that there. Alright, what else we got here? Maybe we'll get into the Game Boy games. Ooh.
Take your pick.
We've got a Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. Only for Game Boy Color. Check it. That is unreal. What else we got here? We got Pokemon Pinball. Oh, Game Boy Color as well. Pokemon Pinball. Awesome. I'll let Pet crack them open and we'll have a look. And then we've got the 2 Game Boy limited editions. So Game Boy Colors.
Pokemon editions as well, yeah.
That's unreal.
Again, how I came across them, or I'm sure half of them would have been like Christmas presents and birthday presents.
Yeah.
And happy whatnot and whatever, but
I'm impressed that you've kept the cases.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, most people just chuck this. They'll put it in the bin, or they just keep the, you know? You've got every single bit of cardboard that came with it. Even the packaging of holding the game in it.
Dude, everything is here.
I'll be honest, like some of the older game stuff, is that? Alright, so that one's probably that means that one's my sister's. This is mine, because mine had mine. Again, I write my name on everything apparently.
Well, how can you tell the difference here?
Because I had my name written at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So I literally wrote my name.
You're like, Petros.
This is mine. This belongs to me. No one else takes it. No one else trades it.
Game Boy Color, limited edition, with the Pikachu and the Pichu on the front. Oops.
Yeah, I reckon, does that one still have the batteries?
No batteries in that one.
So this one, which I came across when I was playing around with mine, this...
it had batteries in it?
Yeah, so not Pokemon related, but yeah, so you can see that it's got like my name on that one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely mine, right?
Yeah. That is yours.
Probably a bit of a scratch there, but whatever.
You've used a bit of white out.
Yeah. But can always get rid of it, you know. But I had noticed this one was heavier than that one. I was like, oh, was there a game in this or something? So, and this still had batteries.
No.
Now, I can't remember how long ago I last tried to play with this, right? So, there it is back there.
Yeah.
They're called Intracell batteries. I don't even know if this company exists anymore. And I just found it amazing that...
Oh, it could be 10 plus years. It could be longer.
Oh, easy. I don't remember playing Game Boy Color
I'm surprised
in my 20s, so... Yeah, no corrosion.
Yeah.
So
Probably a bit hard to tell there, but yeah, I couldn't find any corrosion. I mean, even if I just take the batteries out, which is usually what happens with like console controllers and remotes and accessories. You know, when the battery's sitting there for too long, especially with sitting in the heat or wherever it's been for so long, or just even on the circuitry, right? It will start, which is some of the stuff that couldn't bring or haven't really bought because it was just a bit of a mess in the back. But
too much.
Yeah, where this is clean.
Nah, cool.
And the kicker is, it still turns on.
Oh, you turned it on?
Obviously, there's no game there, but yeah, look at that Game Boy.
Bring! Love it.
Start the volume,
Still got his original blue version here.
See, does it do the volume without a game in it? I can't remember now.
No, I reckon you have to have a game.
Oh, there it is. Get that close.
That's cool.
That's off. That lights up.
Love it. Color version. When that came out, we were just like...
I said 10 years at least, or 20 years these batteries have been in here. No corrosion, still powers. So
no corrosion.
If anything, I'm going to look for more of those batteries.
Intracell.
It's not a plug. It's not a plug out or a shameless ad. It's just, I find it fascinating that batteries last anywhere near that long.
Oh, dude, you got the rest. You got the rest of your vintage collection here as well.
Yeah, so in that box is a few more of the other games and a few other bits and pieces that are Pokemon related.
So we've got silver version, guys. This was one of the best versions that came out, in my opinion. Oh. Gold and silver were amazing. I had so much fun on these. Yeah, let me know if you remember them or if you played them. Of course, now Petros has all the booklets.
Packaging booklets.
Packaging, plastic, silver version. There we go. How cool is that? Amazing. I've got my gold version up there with my ruby and sapphire, and my blue version sitting there on the shelf.
Good times over. Yeah, like I said,
good times.
Surprised that I even kept. I mean, as a kid, I remember always trying to keep everything.
Limited edition Pokemon card inside.
Yeah, so that was.
So what came with this one?
That was the Meowth that was showing that promo one.
Oh, the promo Meowth was here.
Unless there's something else in there now, but I'm pretty sure that was what came in there. Yeah, so they were just. Oh, there's something else in there too. What else is that? Sorry,
so guys, this is it's a Game Boy game that obviously goes in the Game Boy trading card game.
Oh, these are just like these are just the adverts that came. Oh, look at this.
Oh, what do you got? Oh, I remember when they used to do that.
Adverts like, oh, this is what else you can get with. You know,
they made it so cool as well.
It's like it was almost like book club, remember? Like you just back in the days, the kids like, oh, this is what else you can collect. Or
and they made the 64 like a space jet with streams coming out.
There we go. Yeah, look at that. So the original Game Boy Colors, the handhelds. Yeah, got the Pikachu Pokemon, which we'll get that out. It's just in there as well. What else?
What could you trade on here? What was this specifically for?
So I don't think that was in relation to actual.
Based on the hit Wizards of the Coast card game. Okay.
So you would play the actual card game as an actual electronic version of it.
Yeah, right.
It literally was just an electronic version of the first 151 Pokemon. So you just play the card game in an actual game.
Right.
So it will be interesting to see what the Charizard and that used to be like on there. So
yeah, if you fire it up.
But yeah, I don't think you'd be able to trade with your normal game stuff. It was just literally just inbuilt single player and away you go sort of thing. But yeah, it was interesting they actually made a trading card game.
Yeah, like ahead of their schedule, ahead of their time, you know. We've got yellow version here, guys. So this was also revolutionary when it first came out because...
Oh, yes, the Pikachu one, yeah.
Yeah, because you had blue and red version when that came out. When you got yellow version, Pikachu would follow you around the game.
Yes, that was one of the favourite parts, right? It was just...
amazing.
Straight off, I can't even remember how it goes in the beginning. I think you were meant to pick... Like it usually goes like the old game where you used to pick, you would go pick your Pokemon, but then it was something about, oh, this Pokemon's taking a fancy to you or something. And it's like, and the Pikachu's like, oh, maybe take this one instead. And you just end up with Pikachu.
I can't remember if Pikachu's following you, did that mean it was in your 6-man roster?
Yes, from memory, that was literally I think it was your first Pokemon.
It was your first one,
you just have to get Pikachu.
Start with it.
You start with it. I can't remember if there was any like special stats or specs that you would get with that Pikachu. You know, cause like
yeah.
I can't remember how the game would go, but I mean, if these work, you can probably we can even test them afterwards too. Have like a
we'll see what works.
mini playthrough in front. Oh yes, the gold as well.
Gold version, one of my favourites, along with silver. You can catch Ho-Oh and Lugia, and these ones really brought to life like the Team Rocket and all the bad guys in the game. It was really cool. And there was a few little secrets you could do. So
yeah, that was And the fact I remember when the screen used to actually, I think the screen's more backlight as well. Remember the old Game Boys? You had to have good natural lighting or good lighting to see what you're doing. You couldn't play at night or in the dark or whatever.
The Game Boy Advance SP, you could put a light on it. So that
so you could put. I remember that. Yeah.
And you had the little light you could turn on there.
Or I remember with the old ones, you got the old Game Boys. I think there used to be an accessory where.
That's the original, guys.
You could attach a light. Remember, you could attach a little light to it, so you could play with an actual light. Where I think the Game Boy Colors had a bit of backlighting to it that you could actually play without it. Obviously, it helps still to have good lighting to play it, but
definitely.
You didn't. Yeah. I just remember sometimes like going for drives. Parents used to take me for a drive somewhere, or going somewhere. I would play in the car, or I was like, every time a street light would come past, like, I can see what I'm doing out there. Otherwise,
catch.
Yeah, I can't see what I'm doing. Where at least the Game Boy Color, I think, was just didn't bother me. But if I didn't have the lighting with the old one,
I used to take mine to dinner. As soon as I'd done my dinner at the restaurant, I'd be like, Mum, play my Game Boy. Like down here. Here's the fossil pack.
I don't think you could fight with them or anything. It was just more like caretaking.
Yeah.
Well, it was like step counting too. So like the more you exercised or something, or the more you ran around with it, or shake. And it's always when you run and step.
Oh, you got some gym
so there's a couple of so those were, I reckon, what was it? The Toys R Us. Do you remember how they used to have the Toys R Us sort of competitions?
Yeah.
Not the Game Boy sort of stuff, but it was like trading. Well, for the people that used to collect and I guess battle your Pokemon cards back then. They used to, I think, it was Toys R Us that used to have a competition upstairs in the city. I can't remember if the tournaments were just more like competition tournaments, or was more just like a have fun.
Come and have a go.
Doesn't really mean anything. But what they used to do as promotion, from memory, is I remember getting like little, I guess, like task sheets or like goals you had to meet. So play 10 games and then you get this badge, or play 20 games and then you get this badge as well, and et cetera, et cetera. Like you'd have to complete certain games or beat certain amount of people or whatever. It wasn't really a ranking thing, I think, because back then for the kids it was more just participate and you get one. I think. So I remember I used to just go there and just play as many games as I can, so just rack up. So the 2 badges that you had there, were 2 of them. I can't remember how many I actually had in total. Because how many badges in the original? 8?
I think 7 or 8.
8?
Yeah. He found these little Japanese...
This? No idea where
playing cards.
I reckon this must have come from... I reckon I might have got this as a gift, or maybe like... Just, one of those generic accessory things that you just buy from somewhere.
Very cool. Cloister.
Take half and have a look if you want.
Well, at least the colour and the artwork is still really strong with these, like the imagery. You got Charizard here. Charizard's the Jack. There he is.
Who's the ace? Erkin's Joker. Who's the Joker matchup?
Yeah. This is the picture he sent me, guys. Original fossil pack.
So that was
opened.
Unfortunately, but no, there would have been one of those several cards that I had that were fossil type. But finding this and then
the receipt.
Finding this next to it. Now, not 100% sure, but judging by the title on this is the Pokemon BS. or TC Pokemon BS. I'm assuming that means like trading card Pokemon, whatever those initials stand for. And look at that, $5.95 in, what does it say? 2nd of May 2000.
$5.95 for this. I'm like, 20. It would have been cool if you'd pulled a holo from here. This is the last little bit, guys. We've got some books, which I think you'll be interested to see, and a very special edition Nintendo64 Pokemon, which I reckon is really sought after.
I think so too.
I reckon a lot of people hunt for this type. Like, look at this. How amazing is that?
So, I can't remember if I know I've got the box somewhere, but didn't bring it today, unfortunately, because still got to find it.
Blue and yellow, perfect.
I reckon that was a Christmas present in, I want to say 98, 99 maybe.
Yeah.
97, 98 possibly. All the other bits are with it here, so you can chuck these out as well with it.
Very cool. She's got the memory card in there as well.
I can't remember if that was the standard one or the expansion. I don't.
No, the expansion had a bit of it was different. I think had like a red. I choose you. It's got a map of the Pokemon world back then: Indigo Plateau, Pewter City, Mount Moon, Celadon City, Cerulean City, Sea Cottage, Saffron. Oh my gosh, this is so vintage. Viridian, Palette, Cinnabar, Seafoam, Fuchsia, Vermilion, Lavender Town. Very, very cool. Pikachu's Vacation. That's so cool.
If I was ever going to get away with reading in school as a kid, I was like, okay, Pokemon books at least. Yeah. You know, like, at least let me pick something on.
Mum, I'm taking my Pokemon books to school.
Yeah.
I'm still reading.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I'm learning to read and learning the 150 over and over and over again, and maybe it'll pay off in the future. And here we are, 25 years later.
Weaknesses and strengths, Mum. I need to learn about them. This one is the official Pokemon Handbook #2. You can see why kids would have just why we loved it. This is why we loved it. It goes through the types of Pokemon.
And it's not just plain and boring, like just old text with a bit of, an image here and there. It was just, colourful, simple, easy to read, and really involved. Obviously it helps that it's really popular too. But the fact that, I think it was also useful because, when you like to talk about things or, if you're talking with your mates or friends and you're going, oh, no, I'm pretty sure, what type was this exactly, or what was, or, specific details, or how big was this Pokemon, or how heavy was this Pokemon. Not really, when you play the games, that didn't really matter. That didn't affect your, performance in a game or skill in a game, the little intricate details you'd find in there. But if you always like, oh, I wonder how big, Charizard was actually, this would tell you.
Yeah,
well, not
size,
this one because it's
height,
Gen 2.
Weight.
The other one does, but the Pokemon you want to look up, you can say, it's like lore in a game. It's just like, oh, this sword or weapon came from this town or city, and this is what it means. That's what this was. All the Pokedex stuff you would see in the cartoons and movies. They used to explain this is where its environment is, and this is where it likes to live. And this is where that's what these books were mainly for. They weren't strategy guides or anything like that. How to play the game or what's the best techniques and strategies. I
think the strategy guide that was called Prima's Strategy Guide. My mate Peter's got that book.
Oh yeah.
I showed it on here. It was pretty cool.
Your Mario Kart Party, your Mario Party, Zelda. I'm sure you would have played all those old school classics.
Yeah, Majora's Mask.
Oh mate, just
there were some classics.
What would be what would be interesting though, if streaming was with this kind of technology back then, how it would have been.
Streaming,
because there was no coming from a tech background, there was no HDMI and stuff back then, or at least it might have been in the early stages of development or something, but it wasn't a standard or didn't really exist back then, right?
You had these cords for your video output.
Well, there was even older
audio
ones.
Output.
I've got older ones where this is for this generation's technology, where the older ones used to have. Do you remember the old aerial ones that you had to plug in? It wasn't an adapter, and I've still got them at home.
Oh yeah.
Which
it was just a single.
So obviously in your old TVs, or even now, for signal, how you plug into aerial, right? Where back then I remember the TVs that were they didn't have these, right? They didn't have your RCA, your stereo, your left, right, and then video. I think, or right, left,
whichever way.
Whichever way it was, So it was just pure aerial, and I remember always having to tune the game signal on the TV. So it would always pick a channel that I remember there's no remotes back then either for games.
Your hand having to do everything by hand.
Yeah, exactly. For TV, you have to get up from the couch, and some of the TVs, I don't think they even had the tuner on the front of the TV. Some of them might be in the back, so you always had to reach right around in the tight space. And I remember as a kid being small, I could at least reach where my parents would struggle a bit more. But you'd have to tune you plug it in, and it was just a signal that would just warp between you're going far one way, go far back the other way, and there was a lot of static, and there wasn't so much static, and you'd have to go back until you find. Now you just plug it in, it's on and off, right? Digital. Yeah. That's what it is. Back then,
nice and quick.
If you had interference or you had it next to other electronics, I remember having a lot of my stuff in the kitchen, so there'd be interference from the fridge or whatever, or and just
mate, it's like me playing Fortnite with baby monitor in here. 30 ping, bang, 1,000 ping.
Exactly. Where back then there wasn't lag, it was just static or signal strength. So sometimes the game would, or you hear that crappy static noise in the game and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a lot better because this was generally plug in and pick your AV1, AV2 sort of signals on a TV, where the old one you'd have to tune in channel. I remember I used to struggle as you'd have to pick a certain channel on the TV.
Yeah.
Attune it to that signal of that console, and if your parents change it or something, or you tune it for something else, right? Or you plug in a different console. I can't remember if they would use the same frequency or not, and then it's you're just spending the ages going, where is this channel?
Yeah.
You just turn it. It's
no one touch it. Just
leave that channel alone.
Leave it.
But then if you want to watch one of the channels on that state, because it used to be, I don't know, TV used to have, I think it had maybe 5 or 7 buttons.
Yeah.
So channel 7, channel 9, channel 10, SBS, ABC, or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you had to sacrifice one, and you want to watch that channel, you have to change
SBS, you're being sacrificed.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Nothing against SBS.
Sorry, Mum. No documentaries.
But any of the non-popular channels that the family didn't used to watch, or if you were lucky to have the TVs that had more channels on it, you would just, or if it's a VHS channel, use that one instead. But yeah, that was the
that's
first world problems of 1998 or 1997. Games. You remember the mini games you used to play?
Yeah.
Those were always good fun. I reckon I spent more time playing that. The mini games, the actual battle, because you always battle on the Game Boys, right?
Well, it's true. Even on, I remember,
it was cool to do it on screen because 3D graphics and sound effects and everything was awesome back then. And then you got let's play mini games together,
Yeah, even on Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube, there was mini games there was a home run contest.
Yes,
there was time trials. There was a target mini game. All these mini games you could play instead of doing the actual classic version of it or whatever, and that was still fun. Yeah. Well, thanks for showing us this, man. This is
more than happy. Thanks for having me.
This has been a vintage day of just going through your childhood collection.
Memory lane, right?
I love it.
I mean, I brought a suitcase and a box and something else, and mate, if I had to bring everything, it would look like I was shifting house. So
you brought just enough.
Just enough for now, and until next time, see how we go. Welcome.
Just before we wrap up, guys, we'll quickly chat about this Logan Paul booster box. So you've seen a little bit of it, and what's kind of happened?
Yeah, I sort of got the gist of what's happening. Haven't got the full detail,
so from
explain it to me as someone that doesn't.
I'll try and keep it simple and basic because it's really messy. So a while back, the case was just a case. No one had opened it.
Yeah.
It had the Wizards of the Coast labels on there. It had the sticker tape, all that kind of stuff.
Standard sealed, first edition book stuff. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So that was put on eBay, and some dude in Canada listed it on eBay. He only listed it for 91,000 Canadian dollars. So everyone's like, hang on a second. If there's first edition boxes in there, each of them's worth $400,000 to $500,000 each. What's going on here? That amount. Someone bought it. It was someone Pokemon PC or someone. They purchased it for about $75,000. In between there, and the story of the origins of this case changed.
Yeah.
So first they found it at a yard sale. I found it at a yard sale.
Typical. Yeah.
Oh, actually, it was given to me on my birthday when I was 12 years old. Oh, actually, I found it in a house that I just bought in Canada. It was in the attic. So the story and origin of this case just kept changing.
Yeah,
no one knew, right?
All plausible though, if it was a story, but
yeah, right. But because it just changed so much, it was okay, what do we believe here, kind of thing. Anyway, so from there, it then somehow got bought by a guy called Card Kahuna had it. He then sold it to a guy called Shine on Instagram. And this guy, Shine, he's a sport collector. He collects sports cards.
Okay, yeah.
Super rich. He buys and sells. He bought the case for $2.7 million. I can't remember when he purchased it, but he did. Maybe...
That's a lot of money.
It might have been April last year. So pretty recent. So he bought it from this guy called Card Kahuna. Then Logan Paul reached out to this guy, Shine, and bought it from him for $3.5 million. Now, this Shine guy, he went and tried to get it verified through BBCE, which is a baseball card authenticator.
Authenticator, yeah, makes sense.
But so he went there, and this BBCE gave it their approval. They said, "Yep, this case is authentic. It's legitimate."
Okay.
Right? But they never opened it. So because the label on it, they looked at the label, which was actually dodgy. That we've now Rattle Pokemon worked that out. So the barcode was dodgy. It didn't actually match the item code of a first edition booster box. It was something different. But because he saw how the packaging was sealed, it looked like it'd been on there for 20 years or whatever. He deemed it authentic back then. So the guy's like, okay, if BBCE has authenticated it must be legitimate. I'll buy it. So the guy buys it for $2.7 million. They don't open it though.
See, I find that a bit strange. Where, again, coming from a tech background, I can understand if you've got a legitimate source of authentication, you would have protocols to check, right? Whether it is opening or, like you said, the barcode or... I can't understand how you would be able to see everything that's just to the human eye go, yeah, this all looks legit. It must be legit.
Right.
Especially at that value, right?
When you're spending that much money...
On anything, not just cards, but just anything, cars or jewelry or, you don't just go, oh, it looks legit, must be legit, or we've had people had a really good look at it. I know most professionals or high standard people that can pick these things usually can tell by the eye, but you would think that, again, that much money, let's really make sure, you even to that point where it's the colouring is slightly off in the box and therefore must be probably fake, such things you wouldn't pick up unless... And the fact that you don't check on any of that aspect, rather, it just looks good and must be...
And would the value...
that much.
Yeah, and would the value of the box really drop if you did crack it to have a check? I don't think...
Maybe a little bit because... But you wouldn't... I wouldn't say you'd lose... Maybe if you completely open the box and rip out the cards and all that, But if you're just unhinging the plastic off it...
Yeah. Because what these
you might lose that sealed value, but apart from that,
you'd lose a premium on it.
But for what it's worth to check that it's legit, probably not worth. It's not much of a sacrifice. You might lose, maybe
Because what they do, they'll put the first edition boxes at the top. So if you do happen to crack it open, they're all first edition. But underneath that, they put all rubbish, and that's happened heaps.
They just layer the exactly.
You know what I mean? That's common in not just in Pokemon, but in sports cards and anything else that they're buying.
Yeah.
But so this guy gave it his approval, and then...
Ooh, so that's... okay.
Right, and this is where it gets a bit... because in Logan's video, he goes, we've all been duped. The owner of BBC goes, we've all been duped. It's like, nah, mate.
But that's your job.
This is your job.
This is your job.
You've been duped. Logan didn't know any better.
That's what these places are for when me and you and other people don't know what's going on. You tell me, can I trust your...
And the thing that annoys me is Logan, he's got people that are, I think, better equipped to know if that was real than BBC. They don't deal with Pokemon. This guy, the owner, didn't even know what first edition was 3 months ago.
Like I said, for me, that would ring alarm bells.
Right?
The fact that...
He didn't even know what first edition was.
So... Again, several things for me, right? If you're going to spend that much money, or even if you don't, right? If you just want something authenticated, even if it was worth $5, right? You go to a specialist. Now, I know they're a specialist in authenticating, but doesn't mean... it's like the TV shows, but
Pokemon's not their focus point.
But that's something the what's it called? The porn star episodes, the guys in Vegas, whatever, they don't just they've got a good eye on general things, but they have their specialists, right? And their specialist isn't just one guy or one girl that just knows everything about everything, right? It's
each category.
One's for music, one's for clothing, one's for guns, one's for collecting, one's for instruments, one's for cars, everyone. There's a specialist for everyone. They probably got a decent eye going, oh yeah, looks legit, but I'll call specialist just to make sure, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with this, right? With the cards, with BBC that you're saying, I don't understand why they wouldn't refer with someone else to go, we think it's legit, can you, or yourself, you go, I've had one opinion, if I'm going to spend this much amount of money, I would like to check. And secondly, I also feel like, because I remember previous to this as well, he also had that issue with was the first edition Charizard that he sent and it disappeared for a bit, and it was like, where did it go? And it was like was that him as well?
That was Leonhardt.
I was thinking, sorry. Right. But even conceptually, right?
But he teamed up with that Guru collectible guy who was Dodge. Logan did. So when Logan first got into Pokemon, he teamed up with with that Guru guy. I'll get rid of this.
But sorry, even
instead of teaming up with like the guys that really know what they're doing, he's gone and grouped up with people that aren't properly invested in the hobby and are just kind of bullshitting. This collectible Guru guy.
I just don't. All right. Say you can't even tell if the person you're working with is really good at what they do or not. And apologies for getting the wrong guy. That's right, it was Leonhardt, not Logan Paul. But even conceptually, right, something of mass value, right, or large worth, you send off to get evaluated. Now, for me personally, regardless of how much money I would have, if I had something that was of the rarest or highest value, that thing would be handcuffed to my wrist in a suitcase. I'm flying first class that place, and I want to see it happen in front of me. I could not trust, regardless of how good a reputation is. I could not trust without even like when you go to like the high-end banks, with the vaults and stuff, and you put in your stocks and diamonds and jewelries and big cash and whatever, right? That they literally take you and you go with someone, so you don't try to do a dodge and they don't do a dodge. Like you in the bank or whatever, and the security personnel takes you in. They see what you do. They don't leave you there. You don't leave them. Like you see, you see what's happening for it, and nothing else. And when it gets locked, you see it get locked, and that's the end of it. There's and that's why there's cameras and everyone. There's transparency, so there's not like it was locked when I last left it. Where did it go?
And I mean, they've done that now. Like they filmed it opening, but they should have done this before.
That's what I'm trying to say.
When this Shine guy bought it, they should have done all this, and he probably shouldn't have gone through BBCE personally, because the guy hasn't got that much knowledge on Pokemon. He's got knowledge in baseball cards, which is not footy cards, American football. Football,
which is fair enough. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, anything expensive of it, or even if it's not worth that much, like if I'm willing to let it go and it disappears, bit of insurance money or whatever, if you got it covered. But if it's got that much sentimental, if it's got that much financial value to something, why would you not? Especially if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, or you don't have much money behind you, and you really want to see if it's worth it, but you're afraid to let it go because it's worth so much. But then you won't be able to tell if it's worth that much without letting it go. It's a bit of a hard decision. Like even some of my cards, like I want to get them graded, whatever. But I'm also worried they're going to come back, because I don't want to lose them in the mail or they disappear for 3 months, especially with what's going on. And, But if I can take them somewhere personally, I want to see it done in front of me. Or I'll
take you to Slabs.
Take me there physically and be like, all right, come back in an hour or next day or whatever. Like, cool. I know that they've gotten there, not through the post or whatever.
No. My cards are there in the safe right now. They came back.
Do you mean?
I need to go get them though. Yeah.
That's how I would feel better about going, like, what the last checkpoint is, they have it. There's no confusion of who's got it, where did it fail, where did it stop, where did it go missing. There's no pointing fingers explaining who's got what. It's, I dropped it off there, you have it. I've picked it up from you. That's it. There's no, I gave it someone's. That's the only thing I can't understand with some of these people that risk so much.
Especially with this case, because there were so many handovers, changeovers, the story kept changing. So when he bought it from Card Kahuna linked up with a guy called the Pokeju. Him and this guy found the box, and then they kind of sourced it to him. He bought it. But it's just funny how it's all worked out. Like finally they cracked it open in the video. So Logan was there. The Shine guy was there, who he bought it from. The Pokeju was there, who sourced it. He found the case and kind of told Shine about it and sourced it that way. the BBCE owner was there with one of his offsiders.
So everybody, the whole party was there basically.
Everyone was there. And the guy's, he's still, at the start, he stuck by his story. Oh yeah, this is, look, it looks authentic. I'm sticking by what I said last time I looked at this case in last year, la la la. And then they're like, all right, we need to crack it open. So they crack it open. At the top, they got all excited because all first edition boxes. Oh, first edition, oh yes, yeah. And then in a second, they're like, oh, hang on a second. The colour looked off. The wrapping was off. When they picked up the box, it crinkled, like it packed in, like it wasn't full, kind of thing. The actual
like gay flex, like there's too much space in it.
Right. So all these things started happening, and then at the bottom, some of the boxes weren't actual first edition boxes; they were just a regular base set box. So then they cracked one of the boxes open, and it was GI Joe cards in there. GI Joe cards.
That's terrible.
Now this case could have been sealed for 15 years. I don't know how long it was sealed for, but no one opened it. No one opened it along the way from buying and purchasing. Logan's lucky that this Shine guy has been super respectful and gave him all the money back.
Such good faith. That's
amazing, hey? But now this Shine guy is out of pocket, and he's got to have to chase back with Card Kahuna.
They keep following it back to, and if they're lucky enough to get that far back.
And then where they got it, and Rattle Pokemon did a whole investigation on it, and he called it early. He's like, this box is just reeking of just dodgy. Fake, like the stories have changed, the barcodes are not correct. He really looked into it, and he got information from lots of different people. And apparently this Card Kahuna guy and someone else contacted him, and they tried to threaten him when he did his first video. They're like, hey, we'll pay you whatever X amount of dollars. You take your video down, this and that.
Keep it hush.
Yeah, man. That's
not a good feel vibe when people are like, just drop this, or let's come to an arrangement, let's just let this go, we'll compensate you a bit,
and they just you know Gary King Pokemon, the guy with all the big Charizards, he went on Pawn Stars.
Oh yep, I remember that. Yeah,
so he's good friends with Logan, and Logan didn't contact him about this because Gary's knowledge of the card game is amazing. He probably would have been able to say, hey, be wary of this one. But Logan has been trying to contact this Rattle Pokemon dude. So he's just a regular YouTuber. He had like 1,000 subscribers. Now he's at like 8,000 within like the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, because it's such involvement. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah.
So Logan wants his address to go and appreciate and say thank you. But he's such a nice guy. He's like, no, I didn't do this for you. Like I did this because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, like a community thing. Like this is. Exactly. How we should all be, not just...
So he's not handing out his address because he doesn't want anything from Logan. But Logan's like, I need to come and see you. Like, I'm not going to give you anything, whatever, but I want to come and see you and thank you. But he's like, nah, look, keep the business professional. I like you. This is my hobby. This is what I do. I respected that. That was cool.
Yeah, that's high respect for someone to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's what we've got, to look forward to the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, good to if you keep us updated on your takes and happy to chat about it more, or I'll comment around and stuff like that. With my channel and stuff, I'm sure you see me lurking around there, whatever. I'm sure
I see you commenting.
Always got it, man. Always got it.
Well, guys, we'll probably wrap it up there. So if you want to go and support Petros, his YouTube is Papakanos. So we do a bit of Fortnite.
Gaming and other stuff. Yes.
So he's starting to edit and pop up some really good videos. So go and subscribe to his channel, or have his channel linked in the description.
Appreciate that.
And he's got an Instagram as well, Papakanos. So go and suss it out. And thanks heaps for bringing your stuff in, dude. That was really good to look at.
Well, I'm happy. I hope everyone's enjoyed that, and again, gone down a bit of memory lane, going. Interesting to see who else has got this kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a few people. I can't be the only one with this sort of stuff.
Yeah, no. Well, guys, let me know your feedback as well. This is kind of like my first podcast, I guess, for the channel. So a bit of podcast and a bit of showing stuff. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me, and don't forget to like the video. See you soon.